Thousands of students apply to graduate programs in the USA every single year, and most of them gets rejected. Why? Because their academic CV is weak, messy, and forgettable. If you want to stand out and get noticed, your CV needs to grab attention in seconds. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to craft the perfect academic CV that makes the professors stop scrolling and think, I want this student. Your academic CV isn't just a list of facts. It's your story, your credibility, and your first handshake with the gatekeepers of academia without ever meeting them. Done right, it can be the difference between getting ignored and getting invited. Alright, let's look at my academic CV. You want to start with your contact name and your email, have your address very in short, not the whole address. And then one of the most important thing I would add is updated. When was the CV last updated? Say you were emailing on August. You want to have it at least, say, updated July, right? And one of the best, I would say the best type of CV is a reverse chronological CV. What are you doing in the present? And then you just go ahead, and as the CV scrolls down, it gets back to your oldest dates. Now you can either start with your research experience or your education, that is up to you. In general, if you have a really high CGPA and you're really proud of it, be real in this case, right? Just put it on the top as education, doesn't really matter. In my case, I would put research experience because that's what I am veering towards, that is what my strengths were. And when I was applying, I did not have any of this. So this is, you see, my master's, during my master's, and I would just say remove any of these, maybe have these professional experience as just 1 or 2 lines. That's it, because you want to say what are you exactly doing, right? So I would have it like this, starting with your research background. So under your research titles, you want to show your proof of what actually you did, right? Then if you are going for your education, I didn't have this, so I would just have my BS. One of the things I want you to see is that my CGPA was not great, like average or below average, right? But I still got it. And then you want to have your standardized test scores. After your chronology is pretty much done, you would want to have your technical skills. So in my case, I would have these technical analytical skills that I had during my undergrad and then research in my undergrad. So I did not have any of these, only up to this, not even cell culture. Some industrial skills that I had during my professional work, and I find it quite relevant with any sort of food industry or food science. So I put it there, computer skills. And then you want to go ahead with your publication and presentation. See, this one was published in 2023. I was doing my master's then, so I would just remove this one. I had this 2 or 3 papers and I didn't have this. Notice here that I mentioned the conference papers. You want to put all your publication, even if it is just conference paper, as long as that is relevant, okay? Then you add your software skills. I did not have SAS, I would just add, but I did know SPSS back then, and then I forget. All right, and for the last section, you want to add your hours, leaderships, or any certification. Spotlight your credibility and leadership. I did not have any of this. And then go ahead and with the reference. Make sure key rule is to have your CV that you are sending through email in 2 page, no more than 2 page, okay? Be concise as much as possible. Cut out any fluff, okay? And then whenever you're sending your CV through your application package, could be 2 pages or 3 pages maximum, no more than 3 pages, because you haven't done so much stuff that would need more than 3 pages. All right, just to recap again, you want to have your clear contact and address, and then you can either start with your research experience or your education. So these 2 sections can swap, whatever you prefer. Try to maintain the reverse chronology as much as possible, and then you standardize text, your skills, and then go ahead with your publications. You also might want to add another section saying research interest, where you would actually add whatever research the professor is doing. You want to add that just to be aligned. Now, this is not necessarily lying, because you might have done research in a different subsection, but say you have done research in antioxidants and the professor you're emailing is in dairy, but you are actually interested in dairy engineering or dairy science. So you can definitely add that in your CV. And then you would want to stop with 2 references. And these references should be someone from who would you get your LOR, someone who have known you for a couple of years in terms of your research and academic performance. Now, some mistakes you want to definitely avoid is listing irrelevant jobs. You should only add job experiences that are relevant to your research. If you have worked in a call center and that is totally not relevant to the research that you're going to be doing, please do not add it. And do not add too many buzzwords. Keep it clean, clear. And using personal photos. In an academic CV, you do not add any photos. Like a regular CV, that's the big difference. You do not have any photos in any academic CV. Typos, obviously, is a no-brainer. And the use of color. Using color gives you a vibe that is not professional. Keep it clear, concise, and minimalistic. Your CV should be clean, easy to scan, and free from distracting design gimmicks. Use clear headings, consistent spacing, and professional fonts like Times New Roman or Arial. And remember to save as PDF always. Do not ever send a Word file to a professor. Professors scan CV in less than 30 seconds. They are looking for alignment. Does this person have the focus, passion, and skills to add value to my lab and the department? And every bullet point in your CV should answer yes. And there you have it, your complete blueprint to crafting an academic CV that actually works. It's the same CV I used to win 2 fully funded offers without any agent. Remember, this is your gateway to opportunity. Make it sharp, make it relevant, and make it impossible to ignore. If you are also preparing for IELTS, make sure to watch my video on how I got 7.5 in just 2 months in my very first try right here. And as always, believe you can and you will get there. I'll see you in the next one.